Welcome back to my video. Today I want to talk to you about self-love and narcissism. Like, it can get pretty confusing sometimes, because they want to tell you need to love yourself, you need to have high self-esteem, and you need to be more about you, and not about others and all that. But the truth is, sometimes we can go from like loving ourselves too little to loving ourselves too much, which can be bad too, which can be detrimental to us too, at the same time. So let's say you didn't love yourself at all, and you come across the love yourself, stuff like that, teachings, and you start learning how to love yourself, and you start learning how to be in tune with yourself. The thing is, sometimes you can take that the wrong way. Sometimes you can go from, I love myself, nothing else matters. I'm the only one that matters, I can't care for nobody else. I just gotta care for me. I can't do some that. It's just me. And that's a good thing on some point. But at the same time, that's also a bad thing, because when you get to a point in your mind where you start understanding that, hold on, am I loving myself too much? Or am I, or am I loving myself just enough? Am I being selfish at this point, or am I being like unselfish? Because, you can go from like not feeling good enough, not feeling, you feeling ugly, you feeling like, you feeling like you don't deserve shit, you feeling like undeserving of things, you feeling like, then you feel like, okay, because of that, you want to give yourself all the love, all the worthiness, all the, self-talk that's good, But then you can find yourself just looking in the mirror and like staring in the mirror for hours and just admiring yourself, I feel like that's where it becomes a problem, when you start doing that, when you start feeling like, you gonna wake up and just, look in the mirror and just smile and say, I am the shit, I am this, I am that, I am worthy, I am this and that. Bro, that's good, but, it's still people around you, it's still other human beings, other individuals around you, it's still animals around you, it's still other shit around you. So you gotta understand that, if you've got to the point where you love yourself, that's cool. But when you feel like, okay, this is it, I'm giving you an example, of me. You can feel like, oh, this is it, I actually need to show love to others too, not just myself, but others too, because other people deserve your love too. If you yourself give yourself the love every day you yourself, want, then you probably won't have no time to give nobody else love. And I feel like that's the problem. That's where it becomes a problem, But it's it's really a thin line. Like, let's say you have money, and you want to buy yourself, like, that's the problem with this world, to be honest with you. Like, you have money and you feel like, instead of buying somebody else's house, let me buy myself 25 houses, and fuck it, and they're all gonna be my houses. It don't matter if they're empty and nobody sleep in them or whatever. It don't matter if none of that. And that's just, to be honest, that's selfish. That's when you become selfish. Let's say you have a whole bunch of cars, and instead of giving somebody else one car, you feel like, oh, hold on, let me just keep, all these cars to myself, Or let's say, like, let's say you're playing soccer, you're playing sport, and, you've scored like 3 goals in one game, bro. You got a hat trick already, and instead of passing the ball to somebody else so they can score, you want to score again by yourself, And I feel like that's detrimental to you anyway, because people will get to a time they won't like you anymore. You know, they will look at you like a narcissist, you know, and they will look at you like, man, you know, like you only care about you. You don't care about nobody else. You know, you only care about you winning, and nobody else has to win around you. And that's fucked up, you know, to be honest with you. You know, that's real fucked up, you know. But another thing is, like, in this life, you can't just think your opinion is the only opinion that matters. You know, sometimes when we feel like we love ourselves too much, we feel like nobody else can tell us shit. You know, we feel like nobody else's opinion matters. You know, and that's another problem right there. You know, because when you feel like you love yourself too much, you feel like, hold on, you know, they can't tell me nothing. Like Kanye said, you know, they wait until I get my money right, then they can't tell me nothing, you know. And when you get your money right and really they can't tell you nothing, and you feeling all this love for yourself, and, you know, sometimes you might be going the wrong way, and somebody might be like, you know, don't do this, you know. And, you know, and because of that, because, you know, they tell you don't do this, because you value your own opinion so much, too much, then you like, no, hell no, you know, I can't listen to them, you know. And you go over there and you do whatever, and you end up in the wrong place. You end up in jail. You end up fucked up. You end up where you don't want to be, you know. So I would suggest that, you know, like, you love yourself, you value your opinion, you think you're worthy, but don't do it to an extent where it might fuck you up, man, you know, for real, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with loving yourself. Go and take yourself out on a day. Buy yourself some food. You know, this and that. Buy yourself some clothes, you know. Listen to your heart. Listen to your soul. Listen to your own opinion sometimes. You know, but at the same time, don't make it to where, like, you stop being unbearable to be around, you know. You stop being, like, I ain't gonna lie to you, like, even as a rapper, sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm the best rapper. Ain't no rapper better than me, you know, like, yes, you know, I'm the shit, you know, like, you know, fucking sewer, for real, like, nobody better than me, you know. And that's cool, you know, but, like, there are people that did it better than me before, you know, like Lil Wayne, you know, like, that's actually one of my sensei, to be honest with you, you know. I respect that man, you know. And a lot of time when I'm into much in myself, I can't really see that, you know. I'm seeing only me, you know. I'm only seeing me. I don't even see my parents. I don't even see, like, nobody else, you know. It's like nobody else really matter to me but me, you know. So that's where it becomes a problem, you know. Like, to be honest with you, you know, like, I got to a point where, like nobody could tell me nothing, you know. I got to a point where, you know, like, if you told me anything, you was ahead of me, you know. Like, you didn't love me, you was a hater, you was an enemy, you know, this and that. And people did never feel like that comfortable coming to me and telling me about me, you know, like, being like critics of me, you know, and like giving me like fair critics, you know. And a lot of time you might feel like, oh, you know, a lot of time also you will never really truly love yourself, like feel the love of other people until you love yourself. But at the same time, you can love yourself too much. You can love yourself to an ignorant point, to where you don't listen to others no more, to where you don't care about what others feel no more, to where you don't care about how others are living anymore. You know, that's where this world has gotten to. You know, people have taken their self-love out of, you know, control. You know, a lot of people was hurt when they was younger. A lot of people was, you know, maybe picked on. A lot of people maybe just not just picked on. A lot of people didn't have shit, so they felt like the world didn't care about them that much. And because of that, a lot of people, they decided to be like very selfish. They decided to, you know, build castles for themselves and be the king. And there's nothing wrong with being the king and building castles for yourself, but like, you can also be a fair king. You can also be a king that helps others too, you know, and you can still be able to protect yourself too, you know. Just make sure you protect yourself and make sure if you can help out, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know. But when you way in too much into yourself and you don't care about nobody else anymore, then that's where you're wrong, man. You know, you got to care about your parents sometimes. You know, your parents literally spend 9 months. Your mother probably spent 9 months, you know, being very unselfish and carrying you in her belly every day, you know, that if she was so much into herself, she could have aborted you. You could have been, you know, she could have aborted you and you could have never been born, you know. So even your father busts his head off every day trying to go and get some money so you can get clothes on you and you can, you know, you can get fed some food, you know. And your grandma did the same shit to your mom and dad. That's why they're here, you know, and your grandpas, you know. So like, care for them, you know, to be honest with you, you know, care for them, you know. Not just that, you know, you can also care for the friends, the people that you call friends for real, you know. And because you can't just say, oh, somebody is your friend and you don't care for them, you know. You can't just say somebody is your neighbor and you don't care for them. We have this world to share. This earth right here, we got to live in it together, you know. If we got to live in it together, then we got to share the space that we are in, you know. And if we got to do that, you know, we can't just like think about us. Because it's never just about us. It's about other people too. You know, that's why self-love is enough, but sometimes you can get narcissistic. You can love yourself too much, and which is bad, you know, too. It's as much as bad as not loving yourself, you know, because that's fucked up too. Because when you do that, it can orchestrate you. It can take you away from society for real, you know. And I'm being legitimate. I'm being for real, bro. Like, no joke about this, man. You know, like, I wish you guys peace and love and everything, man. And I wish you guys to love yourself. Yes, you know, I don't want you to have low self-esteem, but I don't want you to have like narcissistic tendencies, you know, where it's just about me, you know. You go everywhere, you never tell nobody they look good. You never tell nobody, you know, like, you know, they good or they talented, whatever. You just want all the compliments to yourself, you know. That I also, it's an insecurity too, you know. Like, you might not feel like it is an insecurity, but that also is an insecurity. Where do you feel like you want to get all the love and all this and that, you know, like nobody else deserves any other thing but you, you know. So that's the problem, you know. Or when you feel like you gotta prove. That's another thing about the thing. You gotta prove shit to people, you know. You feel like, I gotta prove to these people that I'm the shit, you know. Like, I gotta prove to these people that I'm this and that. Sometimes proving shit will land you in jail, man. Sometimes proving shit will land you somewhere you don't want to be. You know, I gotta prove to people that I love myself, you know. And you go and just, you know, do anything, you know, like, you know, be with anybody, this and that, you know, like. And sometimes it's bullshit, man. Sometimes listen to other people too. Sometimes, you know, love other people too, you know. Like, no matter how hard sometimes it might be, no matter even if they hurt you in the past sometimes, you know, because sometimes we like, my parents have hurt me before, I'm never going to love on them, this and that, you know. Sometimes you need to learn to mend relationships. Sometimes you need to learn to be a bigger man and you know, come down and actually be like, I'm sorry for what I did, this and that, and mend some shit, you know, because that's how some shit going to work sometimes. That's how, you know, you can actually continue living in this world good, you know, because there is a very thin line between narcissism and high self-esteem or self-love, you know. Very thin line, man, you know, like very thin, you know. So with that all being said, man, I wish you guys happy holidays, man. I wish you guys, you know, better days, you know. I want you guys to go to my channel for more of my content, you know, watch and listen to some of my songs, you know, and actually, you know, try to subscribe if you can, you know, like if you can, you know, comment, tell me what you think about it. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm right? Do you think, you know, like this issue is more to it? It's not that simple. As I said in my last video, life is not that simple. And yeah, so, but you know, sometimes it's okay to choose yourself, but you can't always choose yourself too much, man. Sometimes, let's say, no, let me just say this as a closing thing. Let's say you choose yourself where somebody was in a better position of scoring in the team. Like, this is a team shit. Like, you choosing yourself right there is like literally fucked up, because you might not score that goal, and guess what? Somebody else might score that. Somebody else could have scored that goal. So that's what I'm saying, man. So see ya, man. You know, peace, love, positivity, subscribe, Desire Gang, man, you know. Yeah.